But there came this point in my late 20s where I had an identity crisis.
Okay.
And I realized that I didn't fully know who I was in him.
Okay.
I knew who he was. I knew that he was my sustainer. I knew that he was the joy. Like I knew all of those things cerebrally in my mind, but I think I never really took the opportunity to go, well, who is Kate? Who did God create me to be?
Yeah.
And if I could encourage you, if you haven't asked Holy Spirit that question, ask him as soon as you're done listening to this. Because I don't think anything was wasted. My 20s were not wasted at all. But there was a lot of pain and a lot of different things that I experienced apart from my childhood in my 20s because I didn't know who I was in him. And I was performing. I was trying to be someone that I thought someone else needed me to be. I was striving for position and for opportunity. And finally, there's just a break that had to happen in me. And so in my early 30s, it happened. There was a break, and I'm going somewhere because you said sad and joyful. I wouldn't say that I never dealt with my childhood until my early 30s. I had to. There was no choice. I had to. My entire life I was dealing with it. But I think the compilation of the childhood experiences that I briefly shared, and then also in my 20s not knowing who I was, it was kind of like those two things right about 31 came together, and it was like, what is happening? And I think that decision in my early 30s was actually the decision to stay obedient to who God had me to be was probably almost harder in some ways than my childhood because I was at this crossroad of am I gonna keep being who everybody else wants me to be, or am I gonna be who God created me to be?